But look, it might not be God's will that I be a perfect friend to him, or not yet. Do I want to go against that? That would be crazy, wouldn't it? I don't want that, do I? So I want his will. Does that make sense, Lord? To love you, given your assumed ability and will, Lord, goodness. To love you is to want your will. Have I come to the conclusion then, Father, that I should want your will more than I should want to love you? And not if they're the same thing. I mean, to love a person generally in this world means not necessarily to want their will, because you may see that they're willing of destruction and you want much better for them because you love them. But in the case of loving you, we assume that your will, of course, is right and best. So to love you is to want your will. So I was going to say that your will be our will. But it's conceivable, of course, that you want me to experience here in this world my will, that I change and adjust my will accordingly. Oh, that's a torturous way of doing it, Father. Couldn't you just give me your will? That our will be ever the same. But then would I be a friend to you? Or would it just be so much yourself that you're still alone? Well, if that's not what you want, then you will want me to have a separate will. And that is your will, that I have a separate will. Well, then in that case, that's what I want. Have I got the answer here, Father? Let me pause. Let me try this for a moment, Father. I want to be a wonderful blessing to you. If that means having your will, that's what I want. And if it means having a distinct will, then that's what I want. Because I want to be a joy to you, a blessing, and to all you love. Is this also what your will is for me? So this life here seems to be to transform me to a maturity that I can't envisage yet. But that's right, as you know rightness to be far better than I do. So I find a desire in me to trust you without asking. And perhaps I'm meant to ask at times and want. Well, what I want at the minute is to know always your goodness, to have life eternal abundantly with you, to be a fantastic friend to you, and all life to be such to be the fullness of blessing that you purpose. So I seem to be a sort of localized view, a particular view of what might be a blessing to you. And it's not necessarily your view. So I hesitate to ask or to press it. And I live according to what I understand blessing to you to be. Like being filled with gratitude to you and willing accordingly. That if I'm in a state of gratitude, then I'm in a state of harmony. And more likely to have a will that is a blessing to you. Is it that, Lord, that I need to have a distinct will to you to be a friend? But I so want it to be a blessing to you. Wow. It crosses my mind, Lord, because you put it there perhaps, that this is what I've been wanting with my kids. I don't need or want them to have my will on all things. But I do want their company always. And I want to be a blessing to them always. And yes, it would be lovely if they were a blessing to me always too. And to all of us. So I find, Father, rather than struggle over what my will should be, I trust such to you with all my heart. Just want to love you, Lord. I can't quite pin down what best loving is, but you can, and I trust it to you.